Hello everybody, this is Charles, and this time I'm not going to do any toy review, but I'm just going to do more like a discussion on toy reviews and toy reviewers. So I suddenly have this idea of wanting to do a video discussion of this topic. Actually I wanted to do it for quite some time, but right now I decided to do it. There are some topics in the discussion which might be a little bit touchy, might be a little bit controversial. It might induce some flames or flamethrowers or hate mails or anything like that. Before I get into those more sensitive and touchy topics, I'm just gonna go into more light-hearted discussion topics. Let's start the discussion with why do official toy companies not sponsor or engage toy reviewers to do review for their products? I'm talking about people like Hasbro, Takara Tomy, or Bandai. Alright, these are like two or three of the bigger names out there. Okay, let's not talk about third-party companies who do the unofficial Transformer products, because I know they do give products for review or sponsor products to some of the very famous and noteworthy toy reviewers out there. Okay, not gonna say any names, okay, because it can be controversial in the later topics I'm gonna go into. We all know, okay, or rather I know, okay, maybe it's not within my knowledge. I'm not sure whether Hasbro, Takara Tomy, or Bandai does engage any professional toy reviewers to review a toy. My knowledge to date, as of April 8th, 2015, the answer is no, they do not do so. Alright. Why they do so, reasons unknown to me. Because maybe we ourselves as toy reviewers, we know we do their products, we buy the products or we get sponsored of the products from retailers or distributors. So maybe to Takara Tomy, Hasbro, and Bandai, they feel that since somebody's buying my product and doing review, I don't have to pay a single marketing cent or marketing dollar to it. So maybe that's why they don't engage any of us. But I'm pretty sure that Hasbro, Takara Tomy, and Bandai, they do realize the value of video reviews. As we have seen in recent years, Hasbro not so much. Okay, I don't think Hasbro does a lot of video advertising. The only one that I know of, okay, is the most recent Combiner Wars. They did a short video review of, I think, Superion and Menasor, whereby they had two of the designers or engineers talk briefly about the toy. And the line, and know how they are trying to make a accurate representation of the G1 characters and blah 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 blah. But to me, I think it's less convincing when you get your own guys to do the reviews. Basically it's like buay ko yo. In Singapore, okay, Singaporeans, you'll understand what I mean by buay ko yo. Basically it's a Chinese Hokkien dialect, Chinese dialect, okay, which is Hokkien. It says sell medicated plaster. Okay, so buay, sell, koyo, medicated plaster. It's actually a term to actually say that you're basically boasting your own products. So when you buay koyo, you're basically telling the whole world how good your own product is. It's like a typical salesman. So when you create a product, for example, I create this Macross plane, I tell everyone, hey, I created this plane, it's a very nice product, it's a nice toy, it's great, it's awesome, blah 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 blah. Basically what I'm doing is buay koyo, because I represent the company, I work for the company, I created a toy, I'm an engineer of the company, I say, hey, this is a great toy, please buy it, please support it. So it's less convincing than when a professional toy reviewer, people like us who do Chocoin reviews or Macross reviews or Transformers review, we are not affiliated or related or engaged or paid by big companies like Hasbro or Bandai. When we do reviews, say, oh, this is a very nice plane by Bandai, pros and cons, blah 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 blah. When as a viewer, when you see us do a review like this, I think you all feel more convinced as compared to a official Hasbro or Bandai employee or engineer come and tell you, this is a very good product, put a lot of heart and effort to do it, please support it, please buy it, it's really really great. So that's so much less convincing. So anyway, back to the discussion. Why don't they engage us video reviewers to do it? I have no idea. Maybe y'all can just tell me why. My thoughts on it that they probably feel you guys will be buying my products anyway. You guys will be doing review, telling people how good about this product. So we do not need to spend a marketing dollar. We do not even need to sponsor you a toy to do review. Maybe that's what they think. or maybe they just feel that we're not professional enough, blah 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 blah. It's just quite weird. You have fashion labels, you have cosmetics, especially for cosmetics, you have big brands who get fashion bloggers, or you have of YouTube bloggers to actually do reviews of the fashion products or the cosmetics, and then these bloggers or these reviewers get a lot of money. They get paid, they get free products, they get paid to do a review of the cosmetics or beauty products. But it doesn't seem to be the case for toys. At least not for official toys. Third-party toys, I know, yes, third-party, unofficial, unlicensed, toys, they do get popular video reviewers to review the toys for them, give them free or sponsor them, or give them at a cheap price, blah blah blah. Not for the official company. I don't understand why. But I do realize quite clearly Bandai in Japan, they do see the value of social media and video reviews. As I witnessed in a couple of times whereby, for example, let's say the SH Figuarts line, they did get the suit actors of the Kamen Riders, and also maybe the celebrity actors to actually talk about the product a little bit and about their thoughts. So that's probably their way of selling it. And also for Macross, all of you probably know that I think recently for the RVF 171, they did have a video review to show the transformation of the toy. There's no talk, no whatever, you just see a pair of hands transforming the toy. It does show you how easy it is to transform the toy, which is, we all know Macross toys are not easy to transform, right? So the person who did the video, the employee or the staff, probably had 10, 20, maybe 30 or 50 takes to make it look as if it's simple to transform. And the toy is transformed so many times that it's probably so loose that it's so easy to transform compared to a brand new toy. And then we do see some cuts in the video in that RVF 171, certain cuts in the video. Okay, it's not a flowing video, but certain places they do cut it. Okay, so maybe during those cuts is whereby they do the more complicated transformations, or they break something or whatever they do not want to show you. Things like that happen. Professional video reviewers like us, we know where are the weak points of a toy, where are the strong points, what to watch out for, and we too tell you this in the video. These are the things that probably the official videos of these companies won't tell you. I mean, you create a product, you won't say, I created this very nice product, however this joint is weak, it's prone to break, so be careful. Nobody's gonna tell you that, right? They're not gonna be so honest to tell you. Like, for example, Red Alert, right? Red Alert, they're gonna tell you that due to some QC issues, some of you may have an arm that doesn't hold the gun straight. For example, this Red Alert masterpiece I have, the right hand cannot hold the gun straight. It bends to one side. A lot of you I know have this QC problem. Some of you don't, lucky you, but some of you do. Okay, but they're not going to tell you, oh, we have this quality check issue that some of you might get a gun that's bent to one side. If you get this issue, return the toy and we'll refund for you. Okay, they won't do this to you, right? They won't be so nice to tell you this. They'll just tell you this is a very great toy, whatever. So anyway, the masterpiece toy is really great, all right? Apart from the quality check issue of the arms, some of them can't hold the weapons properly. Basically, this Lamborghini mode is actually good, all right? Star Saber, I just did a review recently. Great toy, really nice. But if you play it a lot of times, you realize it starts to become a little bit flimsy, and certain joints will become loose. Some people have got loose shoulders. Some people have like duplicate hands. Some people have like two left hands. I saw some pictures and some complaints in the forum. Some of you have loose elbows and things and such. Stress marks or chip parts. I mean, it's a masterpiece, but if you ask me to grade it honestly, overall, okay, design, everything wise, maybe I can give it 8 out of 10, but in terms of quality, durability wise, maybe 6.5 or 7. Yeah, that about for Star Saber, sad to say, but that's the truth. And these are the truth that you won't get from official reviews. Oh no, seriously, you can't say this in official reviews, which will be more. I'll discuss this further in my another video of mine, whereby I'll talk about sponsored reviews and reviewers. I'm not gonna go into this part right now because it's gonna be a flamethrower topic. But anyway, over here we see I have toys that basically I review. Masterpiece Transformers. Ultimetal Optimus Prime, a licensed third-party product. Sword of Chogokin. Macross Frontier, which I've got quite a few requests to do reviews for this line, but honestly, this line is not easy review. Okay, people who actually review this line, I salute you. You have my respect, because this is a difficult line to review. You have to be really careful. You have to know how to transform the toy properly, and you really have to be patient and record long videos, 30-40 minute long videos, to transform the whole thing from fighter mode to Gerwalk to robot to Battleroid. So I've not reached the type of level whereby I can do a very seamless review for Macross Plus toys, so maybe not now, but maybe in the future I'll do a review on those. And I do reviews for Super Robot Chogokin. Most of the time, it's a great line, okay, apart from a few characters. And the Metal Build Gundam, this line, I vouch for my life, is the best line that Bandai has done so far. Excellent quality. Every single piece of this came out is good, except for the first issue of Freedom Gundam, whereby there are some quality issues about the paint on the face and smudges here and there. But apart from that, quality, construction, joints, everything, this is really great. Alright, best line that Bandai has ever produced so far. And then yeah, back to toy reviews. A couple of years back when they released Sword of Chogokin God Sigma. Okay, the local distributor actually spoke to Bandai. There's some arrangement. They wanted me to do a review, so I actually managed to get the toy, the whole package toy, about 3 to 4 days before the official release. So no one else apart from anyone in Bandai around the world has it. So I had the privilege of having the toy, and I was told to do an extremely detailed review, 3-part review, whereby I had to do a review of the individual robots, every single weapon that they have, and the combination of the robot and every single weapon. So that was it was not sponsored, by the way. That toy was just loaned to me. Alright, so Bandai was not generous to give me the toy, so I was sort of unofficially commissioned to do a review for the toy, but I was not given anything. Okay, so at the end of the review, I had to return the toy to the distributor, who will return it to Bandai. So I got nothing out of the God Sigma review. Any of you who are actually subscribed to my channel, you can just go and check out my video for God Sigma, G-O-D space S-I-G-M-A, God Sigma. That was a review I did a couple of years back. So that was the unofficial review that Bandai asked me to do once, and that's it. They never asked me to do a review anymore after that. Okay, maybe, like I said, commercially they just felt there wasn't a need to engage someone to do it, or even give them a free toy to do it, or maybe because of my poor camera. Maybe my camera is just a Lumix 10 megapixel, Panasonic Lumix 10 megapixel camera. And at this point of time, I just need to say I'm just a humble toy reviewer. Okay, I don't get sponsored. Most of the times I pay for my own toys. I do not generate huge traffic for my video reviews. Okay, I get some money from Google AdSense, but basically I get paid only once every 3 to 4 months. So those of you who can do some research, or those of you who own a channel, you probably know how much I get paid, okay, every 3 to 4 months, because I do not get paid every month. I don't get enough money from the advertisement to get paid every month. I only get enough once every 3 to 4 months. So I really get only a mediocre sum. So that mediocre sum goes into the purchase of toys to do review. And then yeah, like I said, I'm a humble toy collector. I don't do HD. My main purpose of doing toy reviews is just to share my thoughts about how good or how bad a toy is, the points to be careful about, where are the die-cast content, how's the construction like, whether the toy is good, whether it's bad, whether you should buy it, yes, no, where you should, when you play with the toy, where you need to be careful, when you move certain parts or when you transform certain things. So that's the purpose of my review when I started out. So it was not meant to be commercial. It is still not commercial, and it probably will not be commercial. I don't think anybody's gonna come to me to sponsor me loads of toys to ask me to do review on that. Anyway, that's gonna be another discussion. So I'm happy the way I am doing reviews. So those of you who, I know I get a lot of feedback, please do your reviews in HD, high definition, blah blah blah. Okay, like I said, I'm a humble reviewer, so I will not specifically buy a camera to do high definition reviews. I'm sorry about that, but that's the truth about my review. It's just meant to be informative, just to tell you what's good, what's bad, where to watch out, where to be careful. Yeah, that's it. I don't have the extra cash to buy a HD camera. Okay, I know it's cheap these days, but when you spend so much on toys, it's buying a camera becomes expensive. All right. So anyway, the only probability why I will buy a new camera is either A, this current camera spoils, which leaves me no choice but to buy a new camera, and I might not buy a HD camera anyway. I might just still buy a cheap 10 megapixel camera to do a review, or someone gives me or sponsor me a high definition camera. Okay, which I don't know whether it happened or not. Maybe yes, maybe no. But we can always wish. You can wish and wait long. It may or may not come true, but it doesn't matter to me. If I have a HD camera or sponsored a HD camera, it's a bonus. If not, I'm fine with doing reviews this way and getting whatever little income I can get from Google AdSense once every 3 or 4 months. All right, so that's me. So yeah, so it just becomes a question of why official companies do not want to sponsor toy reviewers toys to do reviews. Big question mark. I don't understand why. Which brings me to another topic whereby a couple of years back, I think it's about 2 or 3 years back, Singapore has this annual event called Anime Festival Asia, AFA. So there was discussion, okay, from the distributor to talk to Bandai to actually have a panel, to discuss about Bandai toys, just to sort of engage people more, tell them more about toys. I was actually approached, the distributor talk to me and say, if we were to do this, we'd like to invite you to do a panel with us. Would you like to do it? I said, fine, I'll do it. So the discussion was very primary. In the end, it didn't happen. I do not know why it didn't happen. Maybe you have to pay a certain amount to get a time slot on the stage in AFA to do a presentation or to do a panel, maybe. Or they just decided that it's good enough for us to just set up a booth for people to play with their Super Robot Chogokin and then have their own stuff. Sell Goyo, buy Goyo to people that, this is a very great toy, have fun, please support us, Bandai, whatever. But anyway, I think it was a pity, because if you really had done a panel, you get toy collectors, like us, people who are not affiliated to Bandai, not affiliated to anyone, people like us who really collect toys, who really appreciate toys, who really love toys and enjoy toys. We are the best people you can get as a panel to talk about toys and to convince like-minded people to buy your toys. Seriously, there can't be any more convincing people to do so. So I'm not sure whether they will bring back this idea or whether they will really do it again. But for your own business sake, I will recommend to Bandai, Hasbro, Takara, just get a panel of true toy collectors to talk about toys, to share about the joy of playing your toys, and to just to sell Goyo on your behalf, to people, to collectors out there to buy your toys. Instead of getting your own stuff to sell your own toys, your salesman can sell your toys. But if you can get toy reviewers or toy collectors to talk about your toys and sell, you're gonna sell 2 times, 5 times, and 10 times more toys than you get your own salesman to sell. I can tell you that for sure, right? Because if I see your salesman selling, I'm not going to be convinced, because basically he works for a company. He's going to try his very best to sell the toy, to hit his target, to get his bonus. But whereas if I see a toy reviewer telling me how good or how bad a toy is, if a toy reviewer tells me this toy is good, I will believe him so many more times than I believe your salesman. Alright? So yeah, intelligent move, please just get toy reviewers and collectors to do a review for you. I know in Hasbro's, I think in Singapore, there's one blogger who actually does some reviews for Hasbro. What I heard, okay, not verified, don't know true or not, is that he doesn't get free toys, but he gets to purchase the toys at staff price. So he does sell Goyo for them. He just write about very nice things about the toys. I'm not sure how truthful he is. Maybe he is truthful, but when I read his blog, I was feeling it's really a little bit selling Goyo, So because I personally play with the toys, I don't think it's that great, but the way he wrote about toys is really that great. But that's marketing, But anyway, so that's it. So just an open topic about discussion about toy reviews and why we don't get sponsored directly by the official companies. So feel free to leave your comments, to say anything. On my next video, on my next discussion, I'm probably gonna go into into discussion about toy reviewers, sponsored toy reviewers and their reviews. How true, how honest, how authentic they are. This is gonna be a very massive flame throwing topic, so I'm gonna brace myself to do it. But yeah, I'm gonna talk about it. So maybe not. No, I'm probably gonna do it in the next few days. I'm gonna do it. Yeah. So that's gonna be interesting and see how it turns out. But basically, I'm gonna have a lot of disclaimer when I do that review or discussion. So let's stay tuned. So here's Charles signing off with my discussion on toy reviews. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Do leave some comments and discussion. I'm available to discuss about it, or we can just start talking about it. And then do stay tuned to my channel for more reviews next time.